Alright, welcome back to the channel and another album review, and this time we're looking at the AC/DC album, Fly on the Wall. So album review time again, and anyone that's watched any of my previous albums, you know I'm rating them and giving them a score out of 10 so they can go into my leaderboard, which looks like this so far. And so if you stick around to the end, you'll see where Fly on the Wall rates against my previous reviews. I suppose a lot of you are thinking not very highly, as it's not looked on as a classic AC/DC album, but you never know. Maybe my tastes are different. Now, I have my main listening to these days is with the 2003 remastered CD, and as you can see, there was a chance for free AC/DC t-shirts, and as I pretty much bought the whole catalogue at that point, I got several, though I did have a nice copy of the vinyl previous to that. So this album came out originally in 1985, and says it was produced by Angus and Malcolm Young. Although it was the 80s, it certainly wasn't overproduced. You could probably say it was underproduced by Angus and Malcolm Young. But anyway, it opens with the track Fly on the Wall, which sets out the stall pretty much for this album. There's loads of energy. The guitars are very raw and dominating. I mean, I would say the production's quite bad to the point where it's actually, in a bizarre way, quite good. You just have so much energy, it's like smoking out of the studio. And Ryan Johnson vocals, which are indecipherable at the best of times, are even worse here. You would pretty much not have a clue what he's singing. So I think it's a pretty decent opener. It's a slightly above average song. But then we move on to Shake Your Foundations, which probably would have been better opener. It's got a great build up, and it seems a lot tighter, and then just even more energy than the first track. And I love the new drummer Simon Wright's build up to the chorus is great. It's just thumping away in the drums, and it's just a joyous sing along yob chorus with which is followed by some nice guitar playing by going back into the verse. And then after the second chorus is a really great short solo from Angus, and basically the song just steams along. I think it's raw and full of energy and great fun, and so I really do like that one. And then third track is First Blood, which is got a nice intro and some real bludgeoning drums behind the guitars. The beats per minute are a bit down in this song, and as with all the songs here, the real raw production I think is giving a lot of energy. And that highlight of the song for me is the solo from Angus, which is a bit longer, and then he just continues wailing away on the lead guitar for the rest of the song under the vocals. So that's really good. And then, but the next song, Dangers, is not quite as good. Just in case you were thinking I was about to rate the whole album, it's fantastic and say it was their best one. I mean, Danger starts with a bit more restrained playing, and with Brian almost attempting to sing, which is where I think the production limitations of the production come in, when you're actually trying to do some nice singing and make it a nice song. so this tune doesn't have I don't think it has the same energy. Again, the highlight's probably the guitar solo. I think he's really on fire on this album. And there's a couple of moments it really sounds like the amps are about to just go. They just crack. He's just the ferocity of his playing. But overall, it's a bit of a skipper, that track. Though, on to the next one, Sink the Pink. Can't imagine what that's about. In the videos, they have them playing pool, so maybe that was it. But it starts with a really nice guitar riff, probably the most melodic one in the album. And after Danger, I think the energy and excitement's back here. And there's a great little guitar lick going in and out of the chorus. And then at the end of the chorus, the intro riff just kind of holds time before Angus bursts into the solo, and that's a really good moment. And then I think the next song's even better than that, Playing with Girls. And starts a bit differently with Brian heading up the intro with some ooze. But it's a fantastic intro. It's a really great riff. It sets up the song well. And it's got that real, I suppose with a lot of AC/DC, that nodding the head beat and loads of energy. And the guitar riff under the chorus is fantastic. And so I think it's a brilliant, AC/DC deep cut for those that, just know the hits. And then, but back down a bit, following with Stand Up, which is it's got a nice groove. And I do love the videos for Fly on the Wall. They did the whole 5 or 6 videos in the one bar scene with little bits of stories in each one. But you can see the groove on Stand Up just when the businessmen marching in time to the song. And it's got a good chorus. It's probably the cleanest sounding lead vocal in this track. So it's a decent song. If you're playing the whole album, it's not one you'd necessarily skip, but you probably wouldn't think, I'll go and put that tune on in isolation. It's followed by Hell and High Water, which is a drum intro and a nice riff at the start, with Brian making some sort of noise over the top. There's possibly lyrics involved, but it's hard to say. I can't remember, just have the lyrics in the booklet, in case you ever wanted to. Certainly not in this remastered version. There's just lots of pictures and story. I think there might be lyrics in my old vinyl. Oh yes. So I could sing along if I could sing, if I wanted to. It's Hell or High Water's got another gang or yob chorus with the guitar answering. Most of these songs are pretty much following the same template, which is not unsurprising for AC/DC. But again, it's just this one's got tons of energy, and it's just really good fun, just raw and hits the spot. And then, but unfortunately, I think the album slightly tails off after this with Back in Business, which starts with a bit of lead guitar at the beginning, and then Brian Johnson sounds like this one. He's recorded the vocals for this one at the end of the day after shredding his voice on other tracks. There's a lot of lyrics, and he puts in a shift over the repeating riff, but yeah, his voice is sounding even more raw than it does in other songs. It's another Yob Gang chorus, but it's not particularly noteworthy. So that one's a bit of a filler track. And then I think probably the worst track is the last one, Send for the Man. A bit of a slow stomp, where the raw production doesn't work because it's slow. It's not got that up in energy. So all you can just listen to is how not so great at sounding. So yeah, I think in songs where they're not playing flat out, it really exposes the limitations of this one. But overall, I think it's a good album, and I certainly don't think it's the worst AC/DC album, which many people do. So that's my review of Fly on the Wall. So as you can see on the screen, I hopefully have edited in all my scores out of 10 for each song, which then obviously gives it an overall rating, and then I can slot it into my leaderboard. And so that's ADC Fly on the Wall, and I'll have to get on and do another review. And do feel free to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss them. And of course you can if you wish, if you like some of the music that's littered in about these videos, you can maybe check out Vantage Point. Follow us on Spotify or wherever you listen to your digital music. So until the next time, catch you later.